crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadroo.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. Back in the office. Oh, Amy put like vanilla flavored coffee in my coffee machine. Not loving it. Anyway, lots of things going on. I do have, first of all, new Michelle White Dove report has come out, and it talks about some serious silver stuff. For all you silver lovers, you're going to want to get this one. It's a gigantic annual report. It's 165 pages about hell of stuff. A lot of great stuff, a lot of crypto stuff, a lot of silver stuff, a lot of good guys versus bad guys stuff. Great report. Michelle's amazing. The world's best psychic, if you ask me. And she won the contest. She won the world's best psychic contest. So what other validation do you need? I've been a fan of Michelle's for years now, and her advice has proven to be very valuable for Road to Ruta people. She was the first one to get me into, I had it. Theta was one that nobody really knew about. I had it. I was going to, I didn't have it. I had signed up for the ICO, but I thought it was, I was just signing up for every ICO back then. And they ended up not ICOing. But Michelle came out and said, everybody should get Theta. And I'm like, oh, what the hell's Theta? I know I was involved with it in the beginning, but I haven't looked at it. So I did a deep dive, spent a good 6 months figuring it out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to change the world. So that's where Theta originated. It was Michelle said, hey, if there's any crypto you need to own, it's Theta. And I know why now, and I believe her absolutely. But it doesn't take belief. It takes analysis of what Theta is, who the people are involved with the project. Did they ICO? What is their plan? Are they on the American exchanges yet? No. They're waiting for the regulators to get their shit together, I think. Anyway, so the big annual report's $99, and it is available at michellewhitedove.com. 100% worth the money, in my opinion. If you're into cryptos and there's great gold and silver stuff, it's coming. It's funny. Everybody comes to the Road to Ruta in the end. A lot of people poo-poo what I've been saying for all these years. There's good guys behind the scenes. I can't tell you how much shit I took from everybody. All my friends at Gata. Snippy was the biggest guy. And then God love him, he finally said, yeah, there is good guys. And now he's on the good guy warpath. But this was long before Q and all that. Just from analyzing the Road to Ruta data that came out of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, those comic books and the pamphlets, and then diving into who is Ruta, what is the Road to Ruta theory. If you don't know anything about it, go to roadtoruta.com. You can figure out exactly what's going on. There is a battle between the good guys and bad guys. Everybody has a little piece of the story, but nobody has the whole story because the whole story is changing always. And no, it's not going to be a quantum financial system. We don't know fully what it's going to be, but clearly, and I'll show you in a second, where these battles are going on the financial side, because that's the big key. You take away the money and they have no power. Nobody wants to follow these people because they're evil, beyond evil. You take away their power to control the money, boom, levels the playing field. All those that protect them will turn on them instantly. And that's what's going on right now. Behind the scenes, and I'll show you some behind the scenes stuff on silver in 1 second. So go to michellewhitedove.com, buy her report. The White Dove Report 2022 and beyond. All these, it will calm your fears about a lot of the things you've been worried about. And check it out. All right. Also, later today, I will be having a discussion with the guys over at Wall Street Silver. Great channel. They do a lot of great silver interviews. And what we'll be talking about, I think, partially, is the silver squeeze. Back in January, February, what happened? Well, we're about to break through $30. In a matter of 2 days, we went from $25 to $30. And it was going to break through 30, and that was the big number. And I'll show you. We're going to discuss it on this interview. Now, they don't do live interviews, so they'll be posting it probably this weekend or early next week. So I'll be talking to them today. And let me tell you what I'm going to talk about partially. they have their stuff they like to talk about. I'm going to talk about the silver squeeze. What happened and why didn't it work, or did it work, and who was doing it and why and all that. Those of you who have followed this amazing story of silver know that about a year ago, we almost right here at January, it went from January 27th through January or through February 2nd. There was a massive spike in the price of silver from $25 right here, this spike right here, $25 all the way to 29 something. And we're thinking, oh my God, this is it. It's going to break 30. And then it slammed down. Rostam Binham, the head of the CFTC, declared victory on that slam down. He said it was him and his people at the regulator that helped tamp down the price of silver. He probably went to the SEC for help as well. Now, one of the guys that was there at the CFTC is now moving to the SEC. So I'll get into that later. I will be doing a private road discussion either today or tomorrow and posting it on the private road for private road members. Jenny and I will be back next week to talk about the spiritual side of all this. But there is a battle, and she's fighting her battle against the bad guys, just like you and myself and all my friends out there. We just want to be free. We want to live in a world where free markets determine price in the financial world. We want to live in a world where they don't tell us what to do to our bodies as far as taking some crazy experimental stuff. We want to live in a world where we are free. Our soul is free to live whatever kind of life we have chosen. And right now, this is what we have chosen. We have been put down here on this planet to fight these fights. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep it up, because the battle for your mind, your body, your soul is at stake. If we lose, we die. Do not lose. Fight the fight. It is a big fight. But the key to the financial crimes and taking out the bad guys financially, which is the source of their power, lies in the silver market. Let me show you exactly what happened back in January. It started on... Now, this is the SLV inventories. SLV is the largest silver ETF in the world. It currently holds, I think it's 600 million ounces. And they started the year at 600 million ounces. And then something happened. And we saw a spike of silver right here in this graph from $25 an ounce to $29 an ounce, literally overnight. And this is what happened. There's the COMEX where the price is determined. But that's not really a physical market. SLV is a physical market. Somebody went in there and bought over 100 million ounces of physical silver. And the data is right here. It goes from January 15th from below 600 million, 2 weeks later, above 729 million. So that's 135 million ounces were bought. Now, what else was going on that time? Of course, the Biden inauguration. If you want to see the proof that there is a financial battle going on, as soon as Mr. T left the office, as soon as Trump left the office and the Biden administration took charge, that's when somebody was buying massive amounts of SLV. That's when Goldman Sachs came on. And Jeff Curry, the head analyst for silver at Goldman Sachs, said, no, there's no short squeeze. There's no short squeeze. These are all derivative hedges of the ETFs, which is completely the opposite of what BlackRock, who runs SLV, says. They say for every share you buy, there's a share deposited into SLV. There's an ounce of silver deposited into SLV. And if you want to beat the bad guys, you deal in the physical. Now, the rule is at SLV that you can take, if you have 50,000 shares, you can take delivery. But you got to go through the criminal banksters to get your delivery, through an authorized participant. Who are those authorized participants? I have a list at Road to Ruin. Let me read them to you. ABN AMRO, Barclays, Citibank, Credit Suisse, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, RBC Capital, that's Royal Bank of Canada, Scotiabank, UBS, and then, of course, Virtu Financial. That Virtu Financial is the computer rigging arm of the bad guys. run by a guy named Vincent Viola. Now, you might wonder why there's 11 banks and one computer market rigging firm as the only participants in SLV, which is supposed to be a physical silver ETF. And the reason is very simple. The banks control the prices. The banks control the physical. The banks control everything. And if we take them down, good night. Good night, criminal cabal. Good night, bad guys. Yes, it will be extremely disruptive. Yes, you will lose your 401k unless it's in your own possession, and your retirement funds. Unless it's in your own possession. If it's not in your own possession, go to roadtoroot.com, click on the affiliates link, and go to our buddies Perpetual Assets. Ask for Will there, perpetualassets.com. Perpetualassets.com. They can teach you how to get your retirement funds into your own possession without taking a penalty, a rollover where you're the manager. If you don't control your own metal or cryptos in your own possession, no third party at all, you're in trouble when this system falls down. And it almost fell down on February 2nd. That's when the amount of silver in the silver ETF rose to almost 730 million ounces. It was running free. They panicked. They put out Jeff Curry of Goldman Sachs, and they put out Jeffrey Christian of CPM Group, their mouthpiece. And they're saying, no, there's no silver squeeze. But we see it. We see somebody bought 130 million ounces of silver in 3 days. Who was it? Private Advisor Group. Who is Private Advisor Group? Let me show you Private Advisor Group. This is what Private Advisor Group did in the first quarter. Now, because it is a private advisor, it's in the name, it's a special section of the SEC rules that says they don't have to report like everybody else does. So they were able to buy one third of SLV in a single month. And it was probably more. 1/3 of all SLV shares were bought within a month. And that's why they had to throw that 130 million ounces in. Where did that silver come from? It came from JP Morgan, but it was leased to them. JP Morgan leased out the metal to the banking cabal, all those people I told you about. Bank of America, I hear, was the big one. Bank of America. They're all banks. They all work together and collude together. Everybody knows it except the CFTC. Now they collude with the CFTC. So, yeah, that's where that is. Who is Private Advisor Group? Nobody really knows. I mean, it is a company. It's a very large company. Well, not that large. But about us, let's take a look at Private Advisor Group. They control $26 billion of assets under management. A huge chunk of that turned into SLV. Like, imagine your whole portfolio that you're managing, $126 billion of assets, and then you're buying, what was that, 10%. You're using 10% of that money to buy SLV in a matter of days. This is the good guys. The good guys fighting the bad guys. They can take them down. Was it profitable? Sure. I mean, if they were buying it at $24, $25, bring SLV all the way up to, the price of silver all the way up to almost $30. And then if you look at this, they unloaded from the first quarter to the second quarter that's 60 million ounces. I bet you they took delivery a lot of that silver as well, because you don't have to report it. If you're a private advisor and it's a quirky little SEC rule, you don't have to report stuff like that. You do have to report the shares held, but if you took delivery of those shares, you don't have to report it. Kind of like the banks. JP Morgan doesn't have to report how much physical silver they have, even though everybody knows they had, past tense, over 1 billion ounces. They've probably leased out about half that just to keep the price in check. Anyway, really good stuff. I'll be talking with the guys at Wall Street Silver, and they will post it. If you go to roadtoroot.com, make sure you go to roadtoroot.com and sign up in the left side here for the free public road updates. And there's Paige talking about fluoride. Very important discussion on fluoride and how to get the fluoride out of your water, because that is dumbing you down. If you drink any kind of city water, it's got fluoride in it, 99% chance. And oh, by the way, it dumbs you down. They used to use fluoride for cows to make them more docile. And it calcifies the pineal gland. Paige does an awesome discussion on roadtoroot.com about that. Go check that out too. All right. So again, we are going to Wall Street Silver today at, I think I'm recording at noon my time. So they'll probably release it either this weekend or Monday or Tuesday. Check that out. We'll be talking about silver conspiracies, and how silver can go. And I'll give you guys a hint in this Michelle White Dove report. I have one thing to say to you. 1 to 1. Or even better, 1 to 1. 1 to 1 is 1 to 1. Get that report. Go to michellewhitedove.com if you like silver. Get that report. Basically, she gives a nod to the Road to Ruta theory that silver is massively undervalued. If you have any gold, I think you're nuts. I think you haven't done your homework. At 75 to 1, you should be swapping every single ounce of gold, every gold share you own, every gold ETF you own, everything you own that has gold in it, your fillings, your jewelry, for physical silver in your own possession. Because you're going to make 70 or 80 times the amount of money when the game of manipulation ends. 70 or 80 times the amount of money you'll make in gold. You'll do well in gold. You'll get a 10x move, but wouldn't you rather have 7 or 80 times the amount of profit, and then you can buy 70 or 80 times the amount of gold you have right now? If you love gold and you're sitting there with 100 ounces of gold, swap it for silver, wait for the chaos to hit, and then you can buy, you'll go from 100 ounces to 7,000 ounces of gold. That's 70 times, right? 70 times 100? Yeah. From 100 ounces to 7,000 ounces of gold. If you love gold, you should switch right now, get your physical silver, ride the wave, and then buy the gold back when you can get 7,000 ounces instead of just 100 ounces. Is that math correct? Yeah. 70 times the move for your silver rather than gold. That's crazy, but that's true. That's what's going to happen. Go to the private road or go to roadtoroot.com, hit the affiliates link. All our affiliates there, get your C60, very important to survive. Berkey filters for the chlorine. Miles Franklin for silver. Miles Franklin, just keep reading, click on that, and it'll tell you to email Andy at milesfranklin.com. Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com. Get your silver while you can. Silver will become unattainable at any price. And why does it go to any price? It's not because people are hoarding and want to hang on to it. You just can't find any. Nobody will have any. There are shortages already happening. Andy Scheckman just talked about a shortage coming out of on the English. I think it was I forgot the coin, but it was a main coin. They're stopping, or they say we're having delivery, and that's what you're gonna hear a lot of. You're gonna order your silver, you're not gonna get it in your hands, and the supplier will say, "Oh, it's delivery problems because of the supply shortage, or the supply line slowing down." I would say it's too late, but call Andy and see if only buy what he can ship to you right now. My favorite, pre-65 coinage. Anyway, lots going on today. Again, sign up for free updates, public road updates here, or subscribe to Road to Ruta, get a full year of this stuff behind the scenes, and you will get 50 T-Fuel mailed to your front door. If you don't have any cryptos, you're going to want these 50 T-Fuel. And by the way, the Michelle White Dove report talks about T-Fuel numbers that you wouldn't believe. Get that report. Again, join the private road and we will ship you 50 T-Fuel. Private road is $2.99 for a 1-year subscription. We were giving away 100 Theta a while back, and now that's worth what? $600? That'll be worth thousands of dollars, maybe 600 times the Michelle White Dove number of $1,000 each. That's $600,000, and that we gave away on the private road. And this is a great giveaway for people who know nothing about cryptos. Just take this, put it in your safe with your silver, and then you're good to go. All right, that's all I got for you. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroot.com. Talk to you later.
true story about a man just like you. He worked his whole life, he was honest and true. Built up a nest egg the way they said to. Invest in the market, money works for you. And everything is fine, picking the winners every time. Started to believe he can make dollars out of dime. Little did he know he's being primed for a fall. The riggers let you play, then the riggers steal the ball. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. Got to shut down exchanges, trade one for one. We want free markets, well, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. Capitalism, not as bad as they say. The world has never tried it, rigging markets every day. Socialists fail every time in every way. Need a better system to forge a better day. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. There's a crypto solution, if only done right. We can take out the liars, bring dark into light. And trust in the math, not the people who lie. I think we can make it if we give it a try. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. 'Cause free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. Free markets are the road to freedom.